we are going to talk about today and in this series when it comes to dealing with stress preventions and burnout, and what is it that we need to do to really take care of our health and well-being. So let's talk about stress. I think that is probably fair for me to say that most of us, we are dealing with stress on some sort of level. So we need to discuss stress, burnout, and more importantly is how to prevent them. We live in a fast-paced environment, and I know that a lot of us deal with a lot of things at the same time, whether it is work, family, personal, and different capacities. So I'm certain that most of us experience some level of stress in our daily lives. But when it continues for a long time, it can lead to burnout. And stress usually happens as a reaction to challenges or demand. And it can be positive, like preparing for a big presentation, or negative, like dealing with constant work pressure. And burnout, however, is when you feel emotionally, physically, and mentally exhausted and drained due to long time stress. And the symptoms of burnout can be feeling physically tired, emotionally detached, and having low performance and productivity. There are many causes to stress and burnout. It could be personal or professional, and it could be due to excessive workload, lack of control, or and lack of support in a professional setting. And in a personal, it could be family responsibility, financial pressures, and health issues. And so it is important to identify them, the causes, in order to address them effectively. So let's look at some of the techniques for preventions of stress and burnout. There are 5 things for you to do to prevent stress and 5 things you can do to prevent burnout. We are going to cover one of the techniques to prevent stress and the rest in the upcoming sessions. The first prevention of stress is time management. Effective time management can help you balance your responsibilities, lower your stress and anxiety, and improve your overall well being. Time management involves planning and controlling how you spend your time activities. The aim is to increase efficiency, effectiveness, and productivity. So there are a few things that you would need to watch out for while working on developing your time management skills. These are the things that would stand in the way of time management to do it effectively. And that would be lack of prioritization, distractions, and the worst of it all is procrastination. For me, I get stressed out when things get piled up, and I can't afford to procrastinate either because I have a couple of business and a team of staff to manage. So I make it a habit of mine that if I could take care of something in less than a few minutes, I would get them done there and then. To get that out of the way is not only chipping things away, but it also free up my mental space and energy as well. And good time management not only reduces stress, it improves productivity and give you more time for leisure activities and relaxation. It also enhances your decision making skills to help you achieve work life satisfaction. So, what do you need to do to have effective time management? First is set SMART goals. And some of you might have heard me talk about this already in previous videos. SMART stand for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And next is would be prioritize your task. Use this Eisenhower Matrix to categorize tasks by urgency and importance. The 34th president of the United States reportedly used this principle to organize his workload. So what you can do is there's this 4 quadrant here. So here you have urgent and you have non-urgent, and then you have important and you have non-important. So if it is urgent and important, you do them. If it is not urgent and important, you decide to put on the calendar what you need to do, schedule them. If it is urgent and not important, you delegate it out. And when it is not urgent and not important, you delete. So try to utilize this metric to see if that would help you with your prioritizations. And then after you prioritize your task, I want you to create that to-do list based on urgency and importance, and use your calendar to plan out your week day by day to get them done. Now, as I mentioned earlier, procrastination is a major barrier to effective time management. So to overcome it, make sure that you break your task into smaller, manageable chunks to avoid feeling overwhelmed. And then make sure to start with the easy part to give you that momentum, to give you that confidence to continue to move forward. So for example, let's use a 100-page thesis as an example. A 100-page paper might sound overwhelming, but if we break it down to 10-page sections, it's still a lot, but less intimidating. And with 10 pages, you can break it down further into 5 2-page sections. And writing 2-page is about 8 to 10 paragraphs. And with each paragraph having 5 to 7 sentences. And how long do you think it would take to write 7 to 10 sentences? Maybe 15 minutes to half an hour. 15 to 30 minutes. So while you might not have hours to write a 100-page thesis in one setting, you can probably find 20 to 30 minutes to write a couple of paragraphs. And so that, to me, sounds a lot less overwhelming. And I would imagine that you would agree as well. So remember to set deadlines for yourself and use that deadlines to plan your week and your day to ensure that you stay on track. And number 4 is eliminate your distractions. It's probably fair to assume that most of us prefer doing almost anything other than the task that we actually need to do. So identify your common distractions and find a way to minimize them. For example, turn off notifications on your phone. Designate a specific working space where you can stay focused and free from distractions. I know for some people, the refrigerator is also a great distraction. So just identify your distractions so you can remove them. A great technique to help you build a distraction-free working process is to be intentional with your time using the Pomodoro Technique. In this method, you work for 25 minutes, then take 5-minute break, and then after 4 cycle, take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. And this technique can really help you maintain a fresh mind and sharper focus, as each time you take a break, you can come back feeling more recharged and rejuvenated, even just for a quick minute. And then lastly is review and adjust your schedule regularly to ensure that it is working for you. So to recap, effective time management is key for reducing stress, boosting productivity, and so use these techniques and strategy that we discussed today to help you better manage your time. And remember, it's important to take care of yourself. And in order to find the satisfactions in your work and your personal life, you have to put things into place. And it takes time, it takes practice, as you probably recognize it by now. But that is what you need to do. And when you can effectively manage your time, you will be surprised as how much stress you can really prevent in your life. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for joining me today. And I hope that you will put these techniques into practice. And I look forward to seeing you next week. Remember to like and subscribe for more. And please hit that share button to spread some love and knowledge.